All right, gang, we are going to go ahead and get this started. Thank you guys for joining us today. Those of y'all that hopped on, happy Thursday to everyone. My name is Kristen Jansen. I am one of the assistant directors here in the alumni office. And today we have this really awesome session brought to you by our partners at the MTSU Center for Health and Human Sciences. So I'm going to let them go ahead and take it away. You will have opportunities for two different Q&A sessions. Our first session will be after Ms. Cindy Chafin speaks about the center. If you have any specific questions about what they do and the projects they work on, you can throw those her way. You can put those in the chat. I will monitor that for you guys. And then once we go through the virtual farm presentation, we've got another set of Q&A for you at the very end. So you can just keep those questions coming. I will go ahead and turn it over to these awesome folks and let them go ahead and give you all of their knowledge about this session. So here we go, y'all. Take it away.
Well, hello, everyone, and thank you, Kristen, for that introduction. It's so good to be here and meet with fellow alumni to share more about some of the work that we're doing here on campus. STEMsational Ag, the virtual farm, is an incredible project, and I can't wait for you all to hear from our project team, Jill, Laurie, and Michelle. They are going to knock it out of the park with this program. So I hope y'all find it as exciting as we do. I wanted to start out and just share a little bit of information about the Center for Health and Human Services for those of you all who may not be familiar with what we do or who we are. The STEMsational Ag grant runs through the Center for Health and Human Services, so this will kind of set the stage and show you the bigger picture of how we implement this grant. So this is our staff. This is our post-COVID formal staff portrait, which was done at Christmas time. We hope to have another a real photo shoot again, that we kind of got off track with COVID, but this is our team that you see here. We are at Lytle House, which, if you recall, right off of Middle Tennessee Boulevard next to the Ingram building. So the little gray house, that's Lytle House, and that's where you will find us. Our vision for the center is to improve the health and well-being of Tennesseans, and also through multi-state partnerships such as the ones we have with this grant, we will impact health nationally. We also, in terms of our mission, the way we carry out our mission and vision is through partnerships with partners both on and on campus to support the work that we do. None of the projects, the programs, and research that we do could not be done without a wide range of partners. So we always like to acknowledge that. But we do have quite a few things that we do here, and I unfortunately will not have time to go through all of them because I want to save that time for STEMsational Ag. However, I do want to at least touch on a couple of them. So if you're interested, you can go to our website or reach out to us to learn more about some of our work. We've received over $9 million in grants and contracts since the center has been around. We are doing work in all 95 Tennessee counties, plus an additional 10 states. A lot of people think when they hear Center for Health and Human Services that we're student health services, and that is not the case at all. Most of our work is actually done off campus in every Tennessee county. And as the slide says, we're now doing work in other states as well. We are primarily externally funded, which means that all of our projects, programs, and research, we have to go out and find grant funding for. And that's how we're able to do STEMsational Ag, is through a grant-funded initiative. So that's always important for people to know, is that we are pretty much self-funded. Some of the things that we have going on right now, and again, I won't be able to get into detail on any of them at this time, but if something catches your interest, my email will be up on one of the slides. Please reach out to me and I can put you in touch with the program coordinator for any of these projects. Blue Raiders Drink Up, we do this program actually on campus. It's a diabetes and obesity prevention program focusing on water consumption. We also do workforce development with public health professionals, teaching them about sudden and unexplained infant death. It's a mandated training that they all have to go through every year, and we've provided training for thousands over a period of decades. So that's a pretty large scale grant. Environmental health, water quality, that's a grant that we have to develop PSAs, toolkits, other educational outreach. We have a rural community opioid grant from HRSA. We're working in Wilson County, Tennessee to address the opioid epidemic. And then of course, Stimsational Ag, the one that you're going to hear about today. Those are just some examples. Tennessee Health Promotion Network, ACEs, Mental Health First Aid, Spark to Read. That was done in 16 rural schools across the state, all good stuff. And again, if you see something that catches your eye, please visit the website where we have more information on all of these projects as well as contact information. This is from our Blue Raiders Drink Up campaign. It has a heavy social media component, teaching students to drink more water. This is our mental health first aid grant, which we are actively seeking funding to continue. Mental health is important to everybody, but especially to those on our campus here at MTSU. This is from our RCORE opioid grant in Wilson County. We've done training with over 100 law enforcement professionals, teaching them about opioid related current developments in the field. This is an example of some of the materials we provided at our training for that. And this is a tobacco program that we ran for several years that focused on pregnant moms who utilized WIC services. That was actually one of our really, really early projects. And we were able to work with over 13,000 pregnant smokers across the state of Tennessee, one-on-one with those smokers to help them reduce their tobacco usage. That's from our SIDS DSI grant. The trainings that I mentioned with first responders, we develop all of the materials here for that program. And this is part of our project team at a recent conference. And I don't have much to say about that because I know they're going to tell you everything. But we've really worked hard on this grant, and I'm so proud of all of the team members who have really given so much to it. So that's our website. We are also on social media, so please follow us. Please visit the website and do not hesitate to reach out if you do find something of interest. We would love to talk with you and share a little bit more about the work that we do. So thank you all. And on that, well, I'm sorry, we have another slide here, collaboration opportunities. These are things that we need through the center, grant partners, content experts for some of the materials that we develop, evaluators for some of our grants. We always have an evaluation component to prove to our funders that what we're doing is having an impact. A lot of our activities involve training, so we always have opportunities for trainers to help us carry those tasks out. And we also have a student internship program, mostly for our public health students here, but it's a really good learning opportunity for our students to come and get some real world practice. So now we can move on. If there's any questions, I can't see anything in the chat bar, but I can take a few questions before we move on to the main content, if anybody has anything.
I don't see any questions yet. We do have Murfreesboro City Schools Farm to School program represented. So glad you guys can hop on.
Yes.
Yes, very good. Very good.
Yeah, well, we can move forward, and I'll keep an eye on the chat bar, and you all can feel free to email later as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Cindy. So the next section of our presentation is going to focus on the course of STEMsational Ag, the virtual farm. So hello, thank you for being here today. My name is Jill Thomas. I'm the project coordinator for STEMsational Ag, the virtual farm. I'm originally from Minnesota, and yes, I do love snow. My husband, 2 daughters, and I moved to Murfreesboro 19 years ago. So I have been true blue for a long time. I've worked on campus for many years, and I even graduated with my master's degree in education from MTSU. So I am also an alum. The success of this project wouldn't be possible without the support of everyone working to make it the best it can be. So you already met our executive director, Cindy. She's an excellent leader, and but I wouldn't get much done without my team. So Lori and Michelle, with their humor and great skill sets, just bring a lot of wonderful things to the project. So they're both so skilled, and I'm proud to call them my colleagues. So I will move to Lori and let her introduce herself.
Thank you, Jill, for the introduction. Hi, everybody. My name is Lori Nikasik. I'm a project assistant and an accessibility specialist for the virtual farm. I joined the team in October of 2021, so I'm new to MTSU. My role with the project is to work with the content that's provided to us from the content contributors. I make the content accessible, find accessible solutions, and then I load the content into the course so we can eventually make it live for our users. I work closely with Jill and Michelle to make all this happen. It's definitely a team effort, like Jill said. One fun fact about myself, I actually live in Charlotte, North Carolina area. I work remotely on this project. In the picture, you could see Jill and I were lucky enough to meet at a convention in Greenville, South Carolina earlier this year. We attended the convention to promote the course. Otherwise, I've been working virtually with our amazing team. I'm very excited to be on this team and excited to speak with you all today to give you a preview of what we have to offer. So thank you for being here. I'm going to pass it on to Michelle for her introduction.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle Sterlingshires. I'm the other project assistant on the STEMsational Ag grant. I'm sort of the jack of all trades kind of person that you kind of stick in whatever hole needs filling. And I'm kind of the techie one in the office. So I'm the office nerd. So I do a lot of, like, when there's technical issues, I do a lot of that. I do social media for the project, and I do some of the accessibility work as well, the really technical stuff, like working with PDFs. I don't know if anybody's ever tried to make a PDF accessible, but it is a thing. I'm from Tennessee, I'm from Columbia, so I've kind of pretty much a local. I went to MTSU for a very long time. Got both my bachelor's and my master's in quantitative psychology. And I'm grateful to work with such an awesome team on a great project. And I hope y'all get a chance to go check it out when we're done.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay, so just like this says, if you eat, wear clothes, or live under a roof, you are a part of agriculture. This content in the course is so important for our youth. One of the goals for the USDA and our future generation is to know, for our future generation is to know where our food comes from, which does not just mean the grocery store, of course. So we are going to explore the curriculum in this course. So the grant targets the 11 states in the USDA Southeastern region. This is represented by the states in blue on the slide, to include Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Louisiana, and Arkansas. And our goal for our project is to visit each of these states in the Southeast region. Lori and I kicked off our Southeastern tour in March, just like she said. We presented at the conference and we exhibited, and it was really fun getting to meet her in person. And Michelle and I went to a homeschool conference in East Tennessee to share the curriculum. And I just recently went to Florida a couple of weeks ago to do the same. Michelle and I will continue our Southeastern regional tour and go to 3 more conferences this summer. And so far the reception to our free STEM and ag curriculum has been outstanding. Educators, parents, and students have been really excited. It's been fun. So as of today, we have over 500 registered for the course, including students from all over the world. So far, we have learners in Canada, Pakistan, India, and Myanmar exploring the virtual farm. And we look forward to more learners joining us from all over the globe. It's pretty exciting. Next, we're going to watch a promotional video about our course. It supplies a nice overview of everything, and MTSU's Center for Educational Media did an excellent job on its production.
What do you think of when someone says farming or agriculture? If you eat, wear clothes, or live under a roof, then you are a part of agriculture. Elements of agriculture and the understanding of it is vital to all of us. Agriculture can be fun and exciting, and farming is so much more than meets the eye. Come explore with us. Parents, educators, or students in elementary grades through early college who are looking for engaging, interesting, and fun ways to learn about agriculture, farming, and STEM, we've got something for you. The Virtual Farm is a set of online learning tools designed to make agriculture real for everyone. You can learn about how yogurt is made and then make it yourself. You can investigate soil, plants, and animals online and prepare to raise your own animals at home. Agriculture is for everyone. It's how we live. All of our activities are connected to national agricultural literacy outcomes and next-generation science standards. They are designed to get learners actively involved in the world of agriculture. There are 12 modules and 51 independent units, each allowing individual student interest to guide learning. Educators may wish to use them for an entire class, or parents and students may do them together at home. Content has been developed by experts in their fields and is available for all grade levels. While project partners come from the 11-state USDA Southeastern region, we welcome parents, educators, and students from all over the world to participate. After all, agriculture is everywhere. Visit our website to learn how to register and get started on your way to a STEMsational Ag experience. An agriculturally literate person understands it is more than just livestock. It's how the agricultural industry works. Agriculture is not just where food comes from, but who grows it and its effect on economics, the environment, technology, and lifestyles. We all rely on food, fiber, and shelter. Today, only 1% of the U.S. working population farms. The other 99% of us don't have a complete understanding of how food, fiber, and shelter are produced. By participating in fun learning activities that highlight STEM and agriculture, you will help ensure that future generations include agricultural professionals who continue to feed, clothe, and provide homes for us. Agriculture can be fun and exciting, and farming is so much more than meets the eye. Come explore with us.
Who wants to see it again? It is a good video though. Okay, so now that you've got a little bit of a preview of the course, Jill and I are going to tell you some of the top three things you should know about the virtual farm. So number one, it's free to register, no strings attached, open to everyone. We provide K through 14 grade level curriculum, and our target audience are parents, students, and educators. So everyone is welcome to access the course and get in there anytime and get started and start exploring. So you can register online. We have the QR code displayed here on the slide. So if you want to take a moment, grab your device and take a quick picture, it'll take you to stemsationalag.com, which you're welcome to go ahead and type into any internet browser as well. It'll take you to the same page. And on the next slide, I'll show you a close-up of what to look for to find the registration options. Okay, so stemsationalag.com is our welcome page. You're going to want to scroll down, and just like what's pictured here on the mobile device, you'll see a section called Who is Eligible. And when you click the Sign Up Here button, that will begin the registration process, and just continue to follow the prompts and filling in the things to get yourself registered. Okay, so after you go through that part, you'll see a screen with the box that says Getting Started, and that's where you can actually begin the course. You will be prompted to take a brief survey. That's just us getting to know our users. It's the questions are optional, so you can decide what you want to fill out. And then here is a scrolling screenshot of what the content in the course looks like from a broad viewpoint. We have lots of modules and units that Jill's going to explain how the course is organized in just a moment. And lots of content, a lot of variety all around agriculture and STEM. So now I'm going to turn it over to Jill, and she's going to go into important thing number 2 for us.
Thanks, Lori. So yes, the second top thing you should know about the course is our course content. First, we want to help you understand how the course is organized. If you look at the diagram on the screen, you'll see the hierarchy of the course content. The virtual farm course holds all of the content. And within the virtual farm course, you have modules, units, and grade bands. Grade bands are grade level groupings, which I'll explain shortly. I'm going to tell you about each of these parts of the course and some examples next. This should help you better understand the course organization. So there are 12 modules in the course, and the modules are the main topics in the course. Let's look at a module example on the next slide. So here's an example of one of the modules in the course. It's module 10, and the title of the module is Feed the Bees. You're looking at the module banner, and it includes the units that are in this module, which we will go over next. So in each module, there are multiple units. Units are the subtopics of each module, and there are 52 units in the course. And so let's look at a unit example on the next slide. What you see here is a unit banner. This is for module 10, unit 2. The name of it is Bee Life. There are other units in this module, and all of them are focused on bee content. They are titled Creating a Pollinator Island, A Stroll Through the Bee Yard, The Honey Jar, and The Bee's Knees. At the conferences, we give away seed packets of wildflower seeds to encourage pollination, which is discussed throughout all of the units in our Feed the Bees module. Everybody's very excited to get the seed packets. Our last level is in the grade bands, or the grade level groupings. There are 4 grade bands, so kindergarten through 2nd grade, grades 3 through 5, grades 6 through 8, and grades 9 through 12. You can go into any of these grade bands at any time once you are in the course, and the course gets more advanced as you move from lower to higher grades, of course. Here is an example of what you'll see in the course regarding the grade bands. Each grade band has its own lesson and set of activities for the learner. And first on the left side of the screen is a table of contents. And in that table of contents, you'll see the hierarchy of the content. Here is the Bee Life unit, and under it are each of the grade bands. Then you will also see the grade band banners in the course with each lesson plan. Here's an example of the banners for Bee Life. In the course, when you see the banner, you will scroll down a little to start the lesson. So it should be easy to tell which grade band that you're looking for when you're viewing the lesson. So now I'll explain the elements that are in each lesson in the course. Everything you need is provided to you in the lesson. All the elements you see on this slide are included in each lesson. It's designed so that the user can just take it and run with it at their own pace, online, whatever works best for them. There is a consistent format within each unit, and only the content varies across the grade levels and units, and each lesson is differentiated. So one of the components is a pre and post assessment. Now these are optional. It just helps the pre-assessment gauges the level of knowledge around the content before the lesson plan, and then the post is the mastery after they complete the lesson. Nothing is graded in this course. However, you can earn badges and certificates that are available for learners to collect as a grade band is completed in a unit. If needed, the certificates can be saved as a PDF or printed. Vocabulary words, any words that are relevant to the lesson will be included and defined for you. The learning outcomes will be there. The content aligns with the learning outcomes in the course. And as the video said, for each unit, we will have either both or one of the National Agriculture Literacy Outcomes or Next Generation Science Standards. And there'll be a list of materials. So everything you will need to do for that lesson will be included for you. And there'll be a checklist of activities and content. And a survey at the end tells us your impression of the lesson. All right, next slide. In the virtual farm, the learner is provided with content that addresses multiple academic standards, as you can see. Nutrition is not included in the core curriculum, but as we all know, it is vital to learning and for students to do their best. So several of the units address concepts to help young learners unpack nutrition concepts. Other important academic skills and topics addressed are critical thinking, communication skills, presentation skills, and students learn about careers in STEM and ag. Next, we will show you examples of activities in each grade band straight from the course so you can get an idea of what to expect. We will start with the young learners in grades kindergarten through second grade and move to the older learners.
Okay, so here's our first activity example. This is for grades K through 2. It's from Module 6, all about cows, Unit 1, a day in the life, and this is the create your own dairy cow activity. So students get to make their own cow with udders. They get to experience a milking simulation with this activity. This is great for fine motor skills and hand-eye coordination skills, and it gives opportunities to discuss how much milk a cow gives and how often farmers milk cows. The next activity in K2 is from Module 12, Farm Fashion, Unit 1, Fantastic Fibers. This is the fiber scavenger hunt. So the students in this activity will have an opportunity to learn about fabric fibers by searching in their home or in their environment for fibers that they have access to. So you can see here with this close-up, they'll have access to a table with different examples of fibers, a description of the fiber, a clothing image example, and the fiber origin information. So they'll learn a lot of details about each fiber with this activity. Next is a pre-assessment activity in K2. This is from Module 5, Fast Food at Home, Unit 1, Breakfast on the Run. In this pre-assessment activity, the students are presented with options in each row, option A and B, and they have to choose which option is the healthier option. So we have them do this before they get into the lesson pre-assessment, and then after during the post-assessment, and they can see if their answers change during the course of learning more about this topic. So this definitely hits on healthy eating choices and nutrition. Next, this is a fun one from Module 9, Barnyard Buddies Pasture Pals, Unit 1, Goats. This is create your own handprint goat. So kids will love this hands-on activity that involves finger paint and popsicle sticks. They learn about parts of a goat and goat anatomy while doing this activity. And you'll see a lot of these activities have or include materials that you can find fairly easily around your home, or you can find them pretty easily out in the community if needed. So I'm going to kick it back over to Jill. She's going to cover grades 3 through 5.
Yes, so grades 3 through 5, this is an example of Module 1, Cereal, Thinking Outside the Box, Unit 2, Cooking with Whole Grains, Build a Better Grain. First, the students learn about whole grains and have access to a whole grain diagram. And then they're asked to build a whole grain with their own craft items, such as Play-Doh or crumpled up construction paper. So this science biology lesson allows those tactile learners to learn with hands-on activities. In Module 9, Barnyard Buddies, Pasture Pals, Unit 2, Sheep, students get the opportunity to dye wool. So you only need 4 ingredients for this activity: wool, Kool-Aid, water, and a little bit of vinegar. And look at those vibrant colors, so pretty. In Module 4, Chicken Coop, Chicken Soup, Unit 2, Inside My Egg, there's a great activity to learn about the life cycle of a chicken. Shown here are the clear directions for the activity as they appear in the course. With this activity, the students will get a handout to help them visualize the life cycle and put it in the correct order. So here you see the life cycle chicken images, life cycle images on the left. I can't even talk today. And the students are instructed to cut out each image and place it on the life cycle chart on the right in the correct order. And just a side note that the students are provided with answer keys when appropriate. So My Own Garden, Module 11, Unit 2, Gardens of All Shapes and Sizes. This activity in this unit has an 8-week experiment. The learners journal observations of plant growth and in pictures and words. And back to Lori.
Okay, so now we're going to look at grades 6 through 8. This is a career exploration and awareness activity. The students will be presented with a brief video, and they will meet 3 plant-based female chefs in New York City and how they are running their plant-based restaurants. So this provides students an opportunity to gain awareness about careers in agriculture, and this can inspire them to consider their own career options. And this is from Module 5, Fast Food at Home, Unit 2, Lunchtime. Next, this activity is actually included in grades 6 through 8 and 9 through 12 from Module 4, Chicken Coop, Chicken Soup, Unit 3, Chicken Coop. They get a chance to design a chicken coop. The students given an opportunity to research and design a coop of their own. They discuss engineering and design in this lesson, and there's plenty of math here. And we provide the students with resources to explore and research so that they can complete this activity. Next is in grades 9 through 12, Module 11, My Own Garden, Unit 7, Soil. This is the soil erosion model experiment. So this science experiment, it helps the students learn about how texture and organic matter impact soil erosion. So the students make predictions before they apply the water into each of the materials, and they guess what the water will look like in the cups after it runs off each of the materials in the soda bottles. Then they compare the differences in the clarity of water in each cup, and they make observations before, during, and after the quote unquote rain event. All right. Next is also in 9 through 12. This is Module 11, My Own Garden, Unit 2, Gardens of All Shapes and Sizes. Students get a chance to develop a community garden action plan. So we provide them with the resource that you see on the screen. They can make their own plans to build a garden in their community, at their home, or at their school. And back to Jill.
So the next activity appears through all the grade bands in this unit. This is from Module 10, Unit 2, Bee Life. There's a very fun honeybee life cycle and an interactive beehive activity in here. You can see from this photo, Michelle and I led a workshop here at MTSU campus. The campus hosted the Tennessee Girls in STEM Day. So we were able to lead a workshop, and our group of girls were from the middle school. It was really fun. And on the next slide, you can see the final interactive beehive. The students are given the directions to break down each section of the hive and learn about the different elements and the different jobs of all the different bees. And because many of these students may do this at home, it uses a lot of basic household items, or they can print bee images to use instead. This activity is a great tool that can help them really absorb the content and learn about bees.
Okay, last but not least, number 3 thing to know about the course is that it's all inclusive. We are working very hard to make this course for everyone, even the Chick-fil-A cow pictured here. So this is an image of Jill. Her and Michelle were at the Saddle Up event on the MTSU campus not too long ago. And the mascot from Chick-fil-A was so interested in our course that they came up to grab their own freebies and takeaways, including the very famous Sensational Ag tote bag. And later in the day at the event, you could see the mascot walking around with our tote bag, giving us some free promotion. So thank you, Chick-fil-A. Okay, so let's talk about how it's all inclusive. So first off, the content is accessible for learners with diverse abilities. We made it accessible for different types of technology that might be used to access the course. And we kept diversity in mind in terms of students' abilities and strengths. So if you or someone you know is taking the course and you come across some content that is not accessible or there's a barrier to the content, please reach out to us, so that we can find a solution to make it accessible. Also, we are primarily putting this content in an online format. However, we're also in the process of making it available, each unit in a hard copy version. So if for some reason you need access to the hard copy of the units, you can reach out to us and we'd be happy to arrange for you to receive the hard copy. Just as a reminder, the development of the course is currently ongoing. There's much more content online available right now than in hard copy, but again, we're working diligently to get that out as soon as possible. So next, the content is adaptable for diverse learning environments. So that means that you could be an individual learner accessing the course, you could be learning in a group, you could be learning with a classroom of students. Whatever the case, we tried to make the activities adaptable and available for any type of learning environment. So you can choose the path that best fits you and the environment that you're learning in. And finally, the course utilizes universal design principles. So this means we incorporated various types of learning activities to suit all of the learning styles. And in some cases, there's options given to a learner for certain activities of how to complete the activity. So for example, one activity might allow a student to write down their response to a prompt. Maybe they record a video of themselves responding to it, or they make something like a poster. So again, they get to choose the option or the pathway that best suits them and their strengths and how they want to show mastery of the material. So we want to let you know that the content in the course was intentionally selected during the development process. As you mentioned earlier, the content aligns with learning outcomes, and we focused on delivering high quality, accessible content so that all learners can benefit from this course. Back to Jill.
So that concludes our presentation of the STEMsational Ag, the virtual farm, and we would love to answer any questions anyone has.
So we do have a couple questions that popped up in the Q&A section. One that actually came after Cindy's session. So Cindy, if you don't mind tackling this one first. One of the users wants to know if there are any career opportunities with your center besides the student internship program.
Yeah, that's a great question. And we always have career opportunities here to be able to offer the level of services that we do through our projects and programs. We absolutely rely on a team of staff to do that. So we do have opportunities for individuals who may be interested in that. They can feel free to outreach to me if there's anything in particular they're interested in. They can also check the MTSU website for employment opportunities. We don't usually have a whole lot of full-time opportunities, and that's what's mostly on there. But that's also a good place to check because we do have some from time to time. So either that or an email outreach would be great.
Awesome. We have a couple more coming in. Someone asked, are you engaging Metro Nashville Public Schools to collaborate with children so that this is part of their coursework during school hours?
So we are happy to support a school in any way that we can, but the online format is meant basically for either the learner themselves to sign in and do the course, explore the course, or to have a teacher do it for them and decide which standards are aligning with whatever they're learning at that time and choose the course for them. So that being said, we wouldn't be here to do anything with you during student hours because it's, school hours, because it's meant basically to do just take it and run with it and whatever the needs of the learners are. Did that answer that question? Whoever asked that? Whoever is part of the Metro Nashville system, if they want to reach out to me directly and we can talk, we'll share that information at the end because I'm happy to do that for sure.
Awesome. She said, yes, that did answer her question.
Okay,
A
perfect.
couple people are asking for your email. So if that's something that y'all don't mind throwing in the chat, several people have asked for y'all's contact information. Let's see. Another question. When looking at the registration section on the website, it says the end date is October 31st of 2022. Will this program be extended?
So we are in the process of having that extension happen. So officially it hasn't happened, but it will. So the new date will be in 2025. So we've worked really hard to get this content up online. And so we are continuing to try to work with the open course people who have the platform for this course to keep it open and available for free for longer. So the answer is it will not end this year on October 31st.
And then let's see, we've got some clarification. Students need to register for an account, correct?
So how I explain it to people, if you want to do it in a group setting, a teacher can register, or if it's a homeschool group, the teacher can register and just let us know how many students are using the curriculum, or if parents are comfortable having their children, or teachers are comfortable with, parents having their kids make their own accounts, it is really nice because then nothing gets mixed up. If they earn badges for completing a unit, or if they need to print the certificate or save it as a PDF, then they have their own badges and own certificates. So I say, if the parents say it's okay and they just can register themselves, it will definitely make it easier.
That is all the questions that we had in the chat. Are there any final pieces that you guys want to throw out for anyone that's still with us? Any tips or recommendations? What your favorite part has been about working with this grant and this program?
Well, I'll go first just because I'm unmuted, and then of course Lori and Michelle chime in. I've learned a lot about agriculture that I didn't know. We'll look at each other some days and be like, did you know that? No. So that's been really fun. And it's been really fun working with my team. I mean, we are all so diverse and bring such really fun skills to our team, and it works really well. So I've really enjoyed that piece of it also.
I'll jump in. Definitely what Jill said. I second that. Love our team and just getting to interact and things. Unfortunately, it's all mostly virtual, but I'm going to try to make plans to go out there one day, I think. So we can all hang out together. But anyway, no, it's very inspiring. I mean, when Jill and I went to the convention in Greenville, we met so many families who were like, we have chickens and we have land and we're growing our food and all these things. And I was like, I'm not growing anything. I should at least try some tomatoes or something. So I actually started growing some herbs and tomatoes in my backyard this year in pots, and want to do more maybe next year. So it really is interesting and educational. Like I said, this course really is for everyone. Like if you don't know anything about agriculture, you could really learn a lot from the course. It's not just for children. So I think it's just got great information, and yeah, it's just been a really enjoyable experience all the way around for me.
Yeah, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's all of the above. And I've just personally, I've learned a lot, just even for work purposes. Like I didn't start out knowing anything really about accessibility, and it's a very important part of this project. And I look at everything differently now. So when you start kind of looking at things through that lens, it's a very worthy change and education to get. So yeah, and I like working at CHHS. It's awesome environment to work in.
All right. Well, thank you, Kristen, so much for this opportunity to be here. Thank you for attending our presentation. You've all been a sensational audience. And thank you for the opportunity to share the course with you. We thought it was appropriate because we know MTSU alumni are a very diverse group of people. And if you don't have students in your home, you may know someone who does. So we hope you enjoyed listening to what the virtual farm is all about, and we look forward to having you register. And the alumni department will be sending a follow-up email with more information. So please contact us if you have any questions. I think I accidentally sent my email to the wrong person, and then I shared it, and then Lori shared it. So everybody should have it.
I think everyone's covered.
Yeah. Or, stop by the Lighthouse and come say hi to us on campus. Introduce yourself, say that you were on the webinar, and you can get a STEMsational reusable grocery bag. So anyway, it was really nice being here today. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys so much with CHHS. This webinar was recorded, so we will have it on the alumni website, hopefully within the next week or two. You guys will be getting a post-webinar survey. So if you guys want to tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, if you have any ideas, anything else you want to see maybe from these campus partnerships, then most certainly let us know. But thank you guys for hopping on. Thank you, ladies, for a great session this afternoon. And I hope everyone has a great Thursday.
Thank you.